All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Real quick, man. Hope everybody's having a great NFL Sunday. Actually, some NBA going on. It's a jam-packed day today, man. But most importantly, I want to say thank you guys, man. Thank everybody for watching. To my Ravens fans on here, I owe you guys an apology, man. I ain't been on top of it, but I promise, guys, I'm gonna get back on it because I've been trying to figure out a schedule, right, to do the NBA and the NFL. I apologize. I'm gonna be back on it. I've been the same with my Cowboy thing too. So the NBA is just a game every night, man. So I'm trying to keep up, but I think I got a schedule coming. And also, it's the holidays, so I've been trying to get a little bit more family time in. And I got a new setup here. I got some new gear. I kind of took the microphone out of here, out of the shot, but I got a new setup that I'm working on. I'm super excited. I think you guys are gonna love it. So trust, Chris Sports Corner. We're only gonna be bigger and better in 2021. I promise you that. You can take that to the bank. All right. The Baltimore Ravens versus New York Giants. First of all, for the Ravens, every game is do or die right now. This New York Giants game, that was a must win. And they came out and did what they had to do. They can only do what they're supposed to do. The Browns taking a loss today helps a little bit for the Ravens. But they have to do, when you're in a race like this, man, and you go up and down the stand. Like the Steelers are where they at. The Ravens got an opportunity, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not looking at it wrong, they can actually jump the Browns here. So that give them a better chance at getting into the playoff, which is all about. Let me say this: the Ravens get in the playoffs, they still my favorite. I'm gonna be honest, they still my favorite. If they get in the playoffs, they're still my favorite to win. They'll get to the Super Bowl. Obviously, my team won't be there. But they're still gonna be my favorite. I'm not changing. I'm not switching. But let's talk about the New York Giants. The New York Giants is a team that I think Daniel Jones came back. Danny Dimes, whatever you want to call him, he came back today. He played well. 24-41, 252 yards, and 1 touchdown. I just don't. When you look at the running numbers, 6 carries for Wayne Gallum, Deion Lewis 1 carry. Evan Ingram had a carry. Alfred Moore 3. They're not getting the production from the running game. Now, a lot of that is falling behind early, right? But they didn't fall, in my personal opinion, they didn't fall to a point where they had to throw the ball so many times. And I think that was a little bit of an overreaction because when you look at the rushing numbers, Wayne Gallum averaged 4.5 yards. Lewis had 1 carry for 15 yards, and he only had 1 carry. Evan Ingram, I don't want to really count that. Alfred Moore, he didn't really have much, but they could have ran the ball more. You got to stick with your game plan and stick with your run. Now that's gonna be a lot easier when Saquon Barkley get back. When he get back, this team is gonna look different. It's gonna take some of that pressure off Daniel Jones, and I actually think they're gonna if they bring Daniel Jones back, which I'm quite sure he'll be the starter next year. If that's the case, they're going to make, in my personal opinion, they're going to decide if Daniel Jones is the future or not. You get a full Saquon Barkley back, you got to make the decision with Daniel Jones. He looks good at times, and then sometimes he don't. I've went as far to say that he's held them back, and then but I've also one of the people that was really like intrigued, and I really thought he was going to turn out to be pretty good in the beginning of his career, like that first season. I paid a lot of close attention. So for the New York Giants, it's going to take that. It's going to take them evaluating, seeing what they got. But I mean, in the NFC East, and this year it don't really matter. I mean, so. But I think the Giants is a team on the upswing. You just got to really get that quarterback situation figured out. For the Baltimore Ravens, they did what they're supposed to do. They came out, they won, they got the victory. And now they're getting ready for next week. They got to close this thing out. They got to win out this. Well, they only got one more game. They got to win that one to put themselves in a position to be in the playoffs. And again, I haven't had the opportunity to look at the standings, updated standings right now, but I will. But most importantly, man, when you look at this game, you kind of felt like this is a typical Baltimore Ravens game. Lamar Jackson had 80-yard rushing, 183 yards passing, 17 of 26, 2 touchdowns. To me, I honestly think between 25 and 30 passes, maybe 32, 33 passes you want him to have, right? Because maybe I'm the only one still out here, but I really believe in Lamar Jackson's arm, right? And I think for them, there is, and I've said this before. Forgive me for repeating myself, but the passing game open up the run. See, for most teams is get the running game going, and then you can open up the pass. No, the passing game open up the running game because they can run. They can run the ball with the best of them. I mean, just look at it. I mean, what 100? I mean, over 200 some yards rushing a day. They can run the ball, all right. But what more important is the fact that if they get that passing game going, and I'm gonna tell you the guy, all right. Don't get me wrong. I like Hollywood. Don't get me wrong. We all know I'm a fan of Dez. That is no secret. That is no secret. I'm a big fan of Dez Bryant. He had a catch today for 8 yards. But Mark Andrews is the guy, and I've been pounding this, saying it for so long. He, to me, do not get the actual credit that this guy deserves for staying healthy, for being consistent, for being on point. Like, Mark Andrews, that guy at the tight end. And him and Lamar Jackson got a connection. It goes back to last year. That's the one thing that's kind of, you like, why that connection? Is at points in this season you'll be like, man, why ain't that connection really? That's this connection right there. Why is it not? It's not being as rapid as it was last year. But it's good to see them 6 receptions, 76 yards today for Mark Andrews, and those are good numbers. 12 yards a catch. That's what you want from him. Let me say this. As much as you look at the Baltimore Ravens, see, if you don't look at their record, you be like, man, they've been kind of up and down this year. You know what I mean? Guys, they're going to finish 11-5. Most likely they're going to finish 11-5. They had a great year. And why, when you think, and I get it, the expectations was the Baltimore Ravens, they may go undefeated, blah, blah, blah. They're going to finish this season more than likely 11-5. That's a heck of a season, man. When you stop, you go, man, they had that good of a season. 11-5? That's not a good season? When did 11-5 not become a good season? I know somebody that take 11-5 right now. So when you sit back and you take a step, it's time to say, yeah, the Ravens had a heck of a season this year. They really did. If your team go 11-5 and you still sitting here pounding the desk like your team suck, maybe you're spoiled. Just saying, maybe you're spoiled. Now I get it. You want them to beat certain teams that they didn't beat, but 11-5 is an actual heck of a a season. And so hats off to the Ravens trying to get into that playoff spot. Again, I got to look at the numbers, look at the standings to see where they officially stand at right now. But they're doing their part, and that's all. You take care of your business and let the chips fall where they may. With that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, man, you guys be great.